Shree Gajanan Vijay Granth, Chapter 21. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. O Anantavesha, Jai to you. O Avinasha, Jai to you. Brahmanda Disha, I bow before you. O God, remember that you always call yourself as Patit Pavan, that is, Savior of the fallen. You really have more affection for the sinners, and O grateful one, it is they who have brought importance to you. So, kindly don't look at my sins. Dirty clothes come to water for getting clean. O God, so don't ignore the fallen. Has the earth ever discarded the thorny plant? You are the savior of both the sinners and the righteous, and still away from their touch. The sun needs no efforts to destroy the darkness. Sun's only arrival vanishes the darkness. The conceptions, sin, and righteousness are your creations. Whatever it may be, I have to request you to free me from all worries by your blessings. O Panduranga, you are all powerful, and I have nobody else to support me other than you. O devotees, now listen to this climax chapter. You are really most fortunate to hear this biography of a great saint. Those who have full faith in Sri Gajanan Maharaj are saved from all the pain and miseries of life. While building the temple, there was one laborer working at the top with the mason. As he was passing stones to the mason, he lost the balance and fell down from the height of 30 feet down on a heap of stones. People saw him falling and presumed his death as certain. But no, a miracle happened, and he was unhurt, like a ball safely caught in hands, or like one coming down by a staircase. The laborer said that when he lost the balance, somebody held his arm firmly and left it when his feet touched the ground. But nobody was seen around him. People rejoiced to hear and knew that it was Sri Gajanan Maharaj who saved the laborer. Sri Maharaj would not let anybody be hurt in the construction of his temple. The laborer was most lucky to get the touch of Sri Maharaj by this incident. A Rajput lady, afflicted by an evil spirit, had come to Shegaon from Jaipur. God Dattatreya had inspired her to go to Shegaon on Ram Navami day to get rid of that spirit by the grace of Sri Gajanan Maharaj. She accordingly came to Shegaon on Ram Navami day. The celebrations of Ram Navami had started there from first day, that is Pratipada of Chaitra. And on the Navami, huge crowd had gathered to celebrate the birth of God Rama. At that time, the construction work of Sabha Mandapam was in progress, and huge stone pillars measuring 5 feet by 1.5 feet were kept there without proper support, and the work was suspended temporarily for Sri Ram Navami celebration, leaving the pillars like that. After Sri Ram birth, the crowd rushed for the prasad. The lady with herself and her 2 children went to one pillar for safety, but that pillar itself fell on her 2 children. People feared that she must have died with the weight of the pillar. Nobody knew her whereabouts. They lifted the pillar, took her out, and gave some water to drink. She was then taken to Dr. Lobo, a devotee of Jesus Christ, and a very good surgeon. She examined that lady and was surprised to see her unhurt, with that stone pillar falling on her. The falling of that pillar on her had a different significance. Sri Maharaj, by letting that pillar fall on her, had liberated the evil spirit from her body. Then, having go completely rid of that spirit, the lady went back to Jaipur. Similarly, on the occasion of another festival, at the temple of Sri Maharaj, a huge wooden beam had fallen on the head of Sri Naik Navra, who miraculously escaped unhurt by the grace of Sri Gajanan Maharaj. Ramchandra, son of Krishnaji Patil, was a sincere devotee of Sri Maharaj. At one noon time, Sri Maharaj went to him in the garb of an ascetic, and calling Ramchandra Patil out, asked for some food to eat. Ramchandra, being a pious man, came to the door at that call of the ascetic, who looked like Sri Gajanan Maharaj. He respectfully, holding the hand of that ascetic, brought him in the house and gave a part to sit on. Then Ramchandra offered puja at his feet and stood before him with folded hands. Thereupon the ascetic said, "O boy, I have specially come here today to tell you something. Listen carefully. Don't worry about your debts. It will be repaid soon. Remember that river Godavari dries up a bit in summer, but with the rain of blessings from Sri Hari, there will be flood of prosperity for you. Wherever I take food, that house will never be short of anything. Bring a dish full of delicious food for me to eat. If you like, give some clothing also. Worship, food, and monetary offerings to one who asks for it undoubtedly reaches God, provided he is really a pious person. Ramchandra brought a thali full of delicious food and the ascetic happily ate it. Then Patil offered him 5 rupees as dakshina. Thereupon the ascetic said, I don't want this dakshina. I have come today to ask you to take up the management of Sri Gajanan Maharaj temple. I shall be happy if you give me that dakshina of service to Sri Maharaj. As a present, I don't see anybody more suitable than you for this work. Your ailing wife will regain her health by giving me this dakshina. Call your son, and I will tie a holy talisman round his neck so that the evil spirits will keep away from him. This executive job of yours is a difficult one, as your own people at times go against you. It is like a covering of tiger skin. Use it carefully. Don't have jealous mind. Stick on to honesty. Never do anything that goes against the interest of the king. Give proper respect to sages and saints and keep away from the hypocrites. If you observe these principles, God will always bless you. Keep your expenditure within the limits of your income and never feign to be what you are not. Sages and saints should not be allowed to go empty-handed from your doors. The insult of real saints angers God. So always love the real saints. Never think of harming your blood relations and other relatives. Be given traditional respects as per established practice. If at all you get angry, it should be only superficial, with a full love inside, like a jackfruit. Remember that I am always with you. After tying the talisman round his neck, the ascetic went out and suddenly disappeared. Patil thought the happening whole day and came to conclusion that the ascetic was none other than Sri Gajanan Maharaj himself, who had come in the garb of an ascetic to advise him. Same night, Sri Maharaj appeared in his dream and removed all the doubts. Sri Gajanan Maharaj has great attachment for his devotees. The biography of Sri Maharaj is most pious and a savior for the humanity, but it requires unshakable faith to experience it. Now, without wasting any time, I give below brief summary of all the chapters of this holy book. Be attentive to it. Chapter 1 start with obeisance to Lord Ganesh, then to gods and Guru, and narrates the lifestyle of Sri Gajanan. He first appeared and was seen on Magvadya Saptami day near the house of Devidas. Bankatlal and Damodar, the two wise persons, recognize the greatness in him. In chapter 2, Sri Maharaj went to the Kirtan of Govind Bua, showed miracle to Pitambar Shimpi, and at last went to the house of Bankatlal. In chapter 3, an ascetic made a vow to offer ganja to Sri Maharaj. His desire was fulfilled, and since then Sri Maharaj started smoking ganja at Shegaon. Holy water touched by the feet of Sri Maharaj saved the life of Chanrao Deshmukh. Explain the classification types of deaths. Gave a beating to Vithoba for his hypocrisy. In chapter 4, Jankiram did not give the burning coal required for the pipe of Sri Maharaj. As a result, the curry prepared at his place for feeding people got infected with insects, and therefore all the food was wasted. Jankiram, with the folded hands, surrendered and begged for pardon. Sri Maharaj pardoned him, and the insects in the curry disappeared. Since then, Jankiram became a sincere devotee of Sri Maharaj. Sri Maharaj asked for 2 stele kanholes from Chandu Mukinda, showed the life after death to Madhav and liberated him. Vasant Puja was performed at the hands of disciples. In chapter 5, Sri Maharaj sat in Samadhi at the Mahadev temple. Cowherds worshipped him. People took him to Pimpalgaon. Bankatlal went and brought him back. After some days, he went to Akoli to liberate Bhaskar. At Akoli, Sri Maharaj created water in a dry well, freed Bhaskar of all doubts, and brought him to Shegaon. In chapter 6, Bangatlal took Sri Maharaj to his farm for eating mates. Honeybees attacked them, and all people except Bangatlal ran away. The bee did not affect Sri Maharaj's bites. The incident tested Bankatlal's devotion to Sri Maharaj. Sri Maharaj went to a court to meet Narsingh Ji, who was a disciple of Kot Shah Ali. Stayed there for some days and had brotherly chat with Sri Narsingh Ji. Went to Shivar village on the bank of Chandrabhaga river and blessed Vajrabhushan. Sri Maharaj went to Sri Hanuman temple to stay there for the Shravan month's celebration. In chapter 7, all the Patil boys, being rough in behavior, used to speak arrogantly to Sri Maharaj. Sri Maharaj had a wrestling bout with Hari Patil and proved his superiority of strength. By the miracle of sugarcane, the ego of Patil boys was smashed. Blessed Khandu Patil with a son and named him as Bhikya. Asked him to feed people with a mango juice every year. All Patil boys started respecting Sri Maharaj. In chapter 8, taking advantage of the dispute between Patil and Deshmukh, a Mahar Chaukidar lodged a complaint against Khandu Patil. Offense was registered, but Patil was exonerated by the grace of Sri Maharaj. Recited Veda hymns before Telangi Brahmins and thus conveyed his authority. Maharaj went and stayed in a shade near Shiva temple at the garden of Krishna Patil. Removed the ego of Brahmagiri ascetic by explaining him the meaning of a couplet from Holy Gita. Sri Gajanan Maharaj sat unheard on a burning cot, thereby conveying that fire cannot harm a real saint. In chapter 9, a naughty horse was calmed. A person was reminded of his woe of offering ganja. Sri Maharaj, along with his disciples, went to Balapur to Sri Balakrishna's house on Dasnami day. Balakrishna was shown a glimpse of Saint Ramdas and his mind was freed from all doubts. In chapter 10, happenings at Amravati and realization achieved by Balabhau. Ganeshappa and Chandrabai devotedly surrendered all their worldly belongings at the feet of Sri Maharaj. Bless Ganesh Dada Khafarde. Tested Balabhau by beating him with umbrella. Naughty cow of Suklal was calmed. Exposed the hypocrisy of Gude. In chapter 11, Bhaskar had a dog bite. Took him to Trambakeshwar. Made Gopal Das at Nashik. Sri Maharaj went to Adgaon at the request of Jam Singh. Bhaskar expired, and his body was interned near Dwarkeshwar by the side of Satibai. Crows were ordered to keep away from that place, saved Ganujavre from the explosion in the well. In chapter 12, story of Sid Bachulal, Pitambar Shimpi put on clothes given by Sri Maharaj. He came to Kondoli and created leaves on a dry, barren tree. Pitambar stayed at Kondoli till end. New temple was built at Shegaon. Sri Maharaj came to new temple from the old one in bullock cart carrying sand. Jam Singh took Sri Maharaj to Mundgaon. The rain disrupted the feeding program. Then Jam Singh gave away all his property to Sri Maharaj. Pundlik was saved from plague infection. In chapter 13, Ganga Bharti was cured of leprosy by Sri Maharaj. Chapter 14, Bandu Tatya's luck favored, found underground wealth and got free from debts by the grace of Sri Maharaj. On Somvati Amavasya, they went for bath to Narmada river. The boat carrying them got a hole at the bottom. Narmada closed it by her hand. Panvida was sent to Saint Madhavnath at the hands of his disciples. In chapter 15, Tilak came to Akola for Shiv Jayanti. Bhakri as a prasad was sent to Tilak. Sridhar Kale was not allowed to go abroad. In chapter 16, Pundlik was restrained from going to Anjangaon. Sent Padukas to Pundlik with Jam Singh. Enjoyed the food bhaji bhakar brought by cover. Tukaram was relieved of a small gunshot which had accidentally entered his head. In chapter 17, Sri Maharaj went to railway station for going to Vishnusa at Malkapur. Police prosecuted him for remaining nude. Sri Mehtab Shah was sent to Punjab. Advised him to creating better understanding between Hindus and Muslims. Effects of evil spirit removed from Bapurao's wife. Ganga Bhagirathi river water was brought in the well at Akot. In chapter 18, story of Baiza. Doctor covers boil cured. Sri Maharaj with disciples goes to Pandharpur. Bapuna Kale was given darshan of God Vithoba. A devotee from Kaute Bahadur suffers from cholera. Sri Maharaj cured him in minutes. A dead dog was brought in life, thereby removed the ego of an orthodox Brahmin. In chapter 19, blessings to Kashinath Pant. Gopal Bhuti takes Sri Maharaj to his house at Nagpur. Hari Patil brought Sri Maharaj to Shegaon. Meeting with Sri Vasudevananda Saraswati. Balabahu had his doubts about that meeting. Sri Maharaj removed those doubts, protected heap of grains from donkeys. Narayan died for beating Sri Maharaj at Balapur. Zakhria gets married with the blessing of Sri Maharaj. Gave darshan to Nimonkar at Kapildhara. Tukaram presented his son Narayan for service to Sri Maharaj. Sri Maharaj went to Pandharpur, took permission from God Vithoba and returned to Shegaon. On the holy day of Rishi Panchami, in the month of Bhadrapad, this great sage of the modern era took Samadhi. In chapter 20, miracles that happened after the Samadhi of Sri Maharaj are narrated. All those who have faith still get darshan of Sri Maharaj and also get the fulfillment of their desires. In chapter 21, the 21st chapter is the climax of the whole biography and also its summary. The listeners are the essence of this biography. In fact, several incidents occur to remember Sri Maharaj. That is why this chapter is called only the essence of his biography. Collecting donations did the construction work of the temple. It is a majestic structure, unparalleled anywhere in the world. Resting places to the devotees are built all around the main temple. Many people extended help for building this temple. The full list of the donors will be too long, so I give below the important names from amongst them. Hari Kukaji Patil, Banaji of Sangvi, Ganaji of Umri, Mesaji of Batwadi, Gangaram of Ladegaon, Bhagu, Nandu, Gujabai, Banabai of Akola, mother of Sukhdev Patil, all of them donated in thousands. Other donors are Ramchandra Krishnaji Patil, Dattu, Bhikaji, Sukhdevji of Perskhed, Martanda Ganpati of Shegaon, Ratan Lal, Balchand, Dattu Lal and Bisan Lal of Panchagawan, Ambar Singh of Takri, Kisan Bel Mandayekar, Vithoba Patil Savrekar, Gangaram of Hasnapur. They donated big amounts and helped construction of the monument of Sri Gajanan Maharaj. All around the Samadhi are beautifully built sitting halls, office rooms and kitchens. All the money collected from donors was spent on the construction work, and still some items remained incomplete for want of funds. So, a novel idea was floated for collecting money. The landowners were asked to pay a sort of religious cess of 1 anna on every rupee. They pay towards land revenue. Similarly, every bullock cart coming to Shegaon for the sale of cotton of grain was asked to pay half anna per cart. People very happily paid this cess as they had great faith and respect for Sri Maharaj. Shatachandi at the hands of Brahmins. This yajna is rather difficult to perform as Jagdamba Kalika won't tolerate any irregularity in the ritual. A small mistake immediately invites punishment, while faultless performance of the rituals brings her blessings. So, this yajna is always performed under great tension. Bankat Lal, the father of Kisan Lal, was a great devotee of Sri Maharaj. On the final day of yajna, this Bankat Lal got such an ailment that he was on the point of death. All got very much upset and wondered as to why such things should happen at all. When the Shatchandi Yajna was in progress, Bankat Lal said to his son, "My son, don't be anxious. My Savior is sitting here in the Samadhi and he will set the matters right. So, go ahead with performance of yajna as per rituals. My Swami, Sri Gajanan, is sitting here only for the protection of the devotees and as such will remove all the obstacles." It proved true, and Bankat Lal was soon well. During this yajna, one lady was relieved of the effects of evil spirit on her. Banaji Tidke, Sangvikar, Gujabai of Kasura, and Vaman of Tapadgaon also performed yajna before Samadhi. Thus many religious functions were held before Sri Maharaj. He is really a great saint. So long as people were pious, this Berar was very happy. With decrease in faith, the downfall of Berar started, and the output from the land also diminished. Sri Maharaj could not bear to see the misery of Berar, and probably for that reason got himself enclosed under water. In fact, the foundation of the Samadhi shrine was built in mortar right from the depth of 30 feet, and as such there was no reason for any water seepage. Therefore, it was felt that Sri Maharaj got angry at the attitude of the Berar people and so created water around him. If the people of Berar wish to regain their lost glory, they should start worshipping Sri Gajanan Maharaj with the full faith. Otherwise, they would be required to face more miseries. Whatever is sowed in this land of Gajanan will come back in multiples. Remember that grains sowed on rocks are totally wasted. So whenever the service to saints is neglected, the result is famine in that area. Faith in a religion is like a tiger, and if it leaves the cave of mind, the jackals of evil thinking enter it. Bhakti, devotion, is like a clean, pious lady, and abhakti, non devotion, is like a concubine, and any association with her brings disgrace. Don't deviate from the righteous path, and don't leave the religious faith. Don't be enemies of each other, as then only your strength will increase. Behavior on these lines will ensure a bright future for you. Go to Shegaon at least once a year for darshan of Sri Gajanan Maharaj, and also read Sri Gajanan Vijay once a year. The reading of 21 chapters of Gajanan Vijay Granth will be like offering 21 modakats to Sri Maharaj. Do it or treat these chapters as 21 Durvankur and keep on offering them to Sri Maharaj by repeated recitations of Gajanan Vijay. Pious thinking of a man is Chaturthi, and from it should rise the moon of love. Then every letter of this book becomes Durvankur, and the meaning of it to be taken as a modak. Offering of these Durvankurs and modak be done in the form of full recitation of this book. This is a holy book describing Sri Gajanan Leela and not a novel. One who does not believe this will be a great loser. But one who regularly reads this biography of Sri Gajanan Maharaj with faith will have all the desires fulfilled by his grace. This holy book of Sri Gajanan Maharaj is like the holy Bhagirathi river, with the stories in it as water and the stanzas as waves. This biography is a Kalpavriksha with its chapter as branches and the stanzas as leaves. One who keeps faith in this holy book will have blessings from Sri Gajanan Maharaj and be always protected by him in difficult times. This book is a Chintamani that gives everything you wish, provided you have full faith. Every house wherein this holy Gajanan Vijay is read daily will get perpetual prosperity. The reciting of this book will bring wealth to the poor, health to the sick, children to childless, pious ladies, son to one without a son, selfless friend, and will remove all his anxieties. One who recites this holy book in full on Dashmi, Ekadashi, and Dwadashi will bestow with great prosperity by Sri Maharaj, and the one who completes its full recitation in one sitting in the auspicious period of Guru Pushya Yoga will get all his desires fulfilled and cure all his ailments. This book by its mere presence in the house will keep away all sorts of evil spirits. Such is the importance of this Grantha, but it can be experienced only by the believers. The famous lake of Manas is meant for Rajhansa birds. And similarly, this biography of Sri Gajanan Maharaj is for the saints and pious people. As the great saints of past like Jnaneshwar, Meera, Mehta, Kabir, Nama, Savta, Chokamahar, Gora, Bodla, Damaji, Ainath at Umarkhed, Sakharam at Amalner, Dev Mamledar, Yashwant or Manik Prabhu at Humnabad, so is Sri Gajanan Maharaj at Shegaon. There is no difference among them. Now, my only request to all the devotees is that you should pour all your love at the feet of Sri Gajanan Maharaj to enable you to liberate yourself from the cycle of birth and death. Now, I request Sri Gajanan Maharaj to free this Dasganu from all the miseries. I have become your spokesman. Show me the right path. I hate everything that is evil. Let me keep up the ritual of visiting your shrine regularly till my death. Let my love for saints be maintained and give me the pleasure of permanent stay on the bank of Godavari river. Let there be no occasion for me to beg for anything from others. O Maharaj, kindly see that you will always be proud of me. I am the dust at the feet of all saints and beg for protection from you. O Swami Gajanan, whatever I have said here is entirely as per your inspiration. While writing this book, Ratan Shah showed me some papers from the mutt at Shegaon, and that has been the base of my writings here. No scope was given for imaginations, and so I am not responsible for omission or commission in it. And even then, if there is any mistake, I beg Sri Gajanan Maharaj to pardon me. Let this Gajanan Vijay Grantha be savior to devotees in this material world. Obeisance to Pundlik, Hari Vithal, Sitaram, Parvati and Mahadev. Pundalika Varda Hari Vithal, Sita Kanta Smaran, Jai Jai Ram, Parvati Pate, Har Har Mahadev. Shubham Bhavatu, Shri Harihararpan Mastu. Here is the end of chapter 21. Jai Gajanan. समर्थ सद्गुरु श्री गजानन महाराज की जय।